I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
That's how I be happy. Just for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get cracked, put them in the. Can't forget the yellow brother near. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans say they.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. The first of 3 on this Thanksgiving. Glad to have you along on this holiday. And we begin right here in the Motor City. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Williams in motion. Hooker to throw. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. From the gun, here's Gibbs. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Downs goes in motion. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll go again with Swift. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And he's going to have a Bears first down. They convert on 3rd and 3 with a gain of 7 yards. Now Swift. They'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A play fake. Now Williams. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one. And down he goes.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. That is intercepted by the first-round pick from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. Big return at the end. He's going to get out of bounds close to midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
He'll get this across midfield to about the 49. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Second down and 8. Now, Hooker. That'll be caught. It's Jameer Gibbs. And he'll be hauled down at the 35-yard line.
Well, I got to see this guy up close and personal last year in the NFC Championship. And let me tell you, Jameer Gibbs is a flat-out playmaker. It's his ability not only on the ground as a traditional running back, but when they get the ball in his hands as a receiver, he could take every single play the distance.
They run with the former Bear, David Montgomery. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Back to throw. Hooker. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's a short throw caught by Kmet.
A nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards. This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Hooker going to work from the pistol. He'll let this one go long for Williams. He's got it! And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score! 77 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Right over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook it. What will be the final play of this first quarter? Here's Torrey Taylor now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Throwing is Hooker. But he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
In trouble. Down he goes. Jermaine Johnson, the former first-round pick, in there to bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and 1. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing 3rd down at the moment. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, that offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Let's go.
Hooker. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
In motion comes the tight end, Evans.
19, Tiger.
Here's Hooker. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he gets this to the 40. That's about a yard short of the first down, so we'll have third down coming up.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Quickly out to Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. To throw, Hooker. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. Down inside the 10. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
That is caught. And he's in. Allen Ross, safe ground. Touchdown, Lions. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On first down, it's Swift. There he goes again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
That is brought in, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. Santos for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Bears will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. He'll manage only a couple. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing, and ultimately led in an incompletion.
That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down. Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for Detroit. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Give up the middle with Swift. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. 3rd and a yard. Here's Williams now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On comes the punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. Taylor Decker, the former Buckeye, guilty on that one. Williams in motion. Hooker to throw. Now deep shot for Amon-Ra. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Throwing now on third and long. He'll try to run for it. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He's going to keep it himself. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Over the middle, that's Komet. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And they'll work to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Williams to the air once more. And he'll take it on in. Cole Komet, touchdown Bears. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now, faking the give. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half. And Just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Now, Hooker. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is high. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Back to throw. Hooker. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Off play action. Here's Williams. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Moore going in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. He's going to have that first down, working his way to the 20-yard line. So we are at halftime in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he can't get play a lot as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw, it's Williams. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Williams. Complete to Swift. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On third down, here's Swift. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Throwing is Hooker. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Detroit. Here's Hooker. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Hooker. Pass right side to down. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. To throw, Hooker. That's caught by Gibbs. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He's got it at the 7. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Downs goes in motion. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Williams. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Now he'll air one out. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Chicago. That's a 2-touchdown game for them. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often. And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it, and the Bears will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Hooker to throw. This pass complete to Raymond.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Throw left side. Pulled in by Evans. Take
break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it.
And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard. And he is going to score a pick six for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Well, a big play there and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the left side and taken in by down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go for Raymond. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A play fake. Now Williams. He's got it! And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. A big play after being backed up. 39 yards. They will run it over center with Swift. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter.
Lions 17.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Moore going in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. He brought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. The Bears sending out their punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. a run out of the gun with Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down. It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And more of the same. Another interception. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
They're trying the left side with Swift. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Andrew Thomas, guilty there. On the bootleg, it's Williams. That's complete. Some more on the right side.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Now he takes off.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. Swift gets it from the pistol.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Santos's kick is good. And the Bears will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Now, Hooker. And that one ripped away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to throw. Hooker. He finds Raymond for the completion. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Lions first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
To the right side, that's St. Brown. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Now, faking the give. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Run again with Wright. He's going to have a Bears first down as he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Back on the ground and back to Wright. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Williams. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On the give, it's Wright. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Moore going in motion. They run on the jet sweep. Crazy. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. A 3rd and 2. Moore going in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he's going to have a Bears first down. He's able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Carry here for Wright. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. A give here to Wright. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Bears first down. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. And they will get a little extra time to enjoy it on this holiday weekend as they get the job done here on Thanksgiving. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.